Alright, so this is not going to be that long of a video, but I just feel like I want to talk about specifically the new patch notes that just came out, with the buffs to a few things that I'm very intrigued by. So, one of these is obviously the Booyah Bomb buff, which is huge. Like, slightly increase the power of charge when other people booyah back. That's pretty good. Like, it didn't really feel like it did that much beforehand. So hopefully, like, this helps people booyah back and actually speed up the bomb. As well as, like, the 5% radius increase is pretty nice too. But the big thing for me is the 33% increased damage to Big Bubbler. Now, when this patch was live, I did some testing, and a Booyah Bomb without any special power-up can break a Bubbler that has a main of special power-up. Which is insane. Like, I can now confidently say that a Booyah Bomb is a counter to Bubbler. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as Strikes, because Strikes, you got 3 of them, and you could just chuck one of them in the bubble and get rid of it, but I'd say Booyah's getting into a really good spot. And not just that, one of the Booyah Bomb weapons got buffed in this patch. That being the Vods Pro, with the 7% reduced scatter of shots while grounded. So the inaccuracy buff for Pro was pretty needed, as it was very inconsistent sometimes. My god. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Like, Pro is going to be used. And S-Blast, you know I love my S-Blast, that is also going to be used too. Because, like, just recently, in a huge JP tournament, S-Blast got a pretty good placement. And I think that's starting to make people realize that S-Blast is actually a pretty good weapon. And because of the Booyah buff too, that, like, now it's going to be used more, because Burst Bomb's already amazing for it. Booyah Bomb was the thing that I think people are more turned off by. But now that Booyah's become the counter to Bubbler, I think it's going to be pretty big for the weapon, and I think it's actually going to start seeing use in top level play. So I really can't wait for that. As a S-Blast main myself, I am so happy about that. But something else I was pretty interested by was the Splatoon Wiper buff, reducing the charge time by about 1/30th of a second. Now, it doesn't seem like much on paper, but in-game it feels a lot quicker. Like, the charge up time is so quick. Like, even the small hops, on your way up from, like, a small hop, it charges it. Like, it is insane how quick it is now. So, I feel like Wiper is also probably going to get to see more use. Like, the timing is going to be a little hard because it's very quick, but I think it's probably going to be used more. And I hope to see it more, because I do like my Splatooners. So, honestly, I feel like there could be a meta of a sword meta. Basically, Decav, I know it just got nerfed in this patch too, with Mint's bubble being 10 points more. But I think Decav, Stamper, and Wiper can see a good amount of usage in competitive now. And I feel like it's gonna be a pretty big thing. Because Wiper, Decav, Stamper, they're all, like, I'd say harder weapons than, like, a lot of other things that he used in top level. But now they're giving better payoffs. I mean, Stamper's already, like, considered the best weapon. And, like, Decav, it's hard, but it's also pretty good. With more that kind of roller kind of playstyle. And then Wiper's just, I think Wiper's going to be more annoying now. But yeah, I feel like this is a pretty impactful buff for Wiper. Subs really didn't do too much, personally. Like, angle shooters not the right way. I don't think buffing it by 5% faster and having the distance 5% like bigger is like longer is exactly what we wanted. I feel like it was kind of more damage between the lines, having like 15 or something. That's kind of what the community wants more. Auto bombs is an okay buff. Now fizzies is a pretty interesting one, and I do like that you don't get like tracked by it now. Like in terms of it's not gonna kill you in a further distance, so it's more clumped together. So there's less ink spray, but it just means that like you can get away from it easier. But if you stay there, you're gonna know, you know. And then torpedoes, yeah, it's a little easier to hit it, but the velocity is actually pretty important because that 3% made it that a specific spot on I think it's ink block bats or something. Oh, ink block's plat. No, it's bats. Ink block's plats. It's got like a block that you can throw the torpedo off of and combo off of it with rapid. So that's a cool change. It's not as easy as an S2, but I think that's a pretty good change. And the only two that main weapons that were nerfed with points per specials was Zimmy going from 190 to 200 and Mint going from 200 to 210. So just both bubbler weapons, which makes sense because bubbler's seeing a lot more usage, and those two weapons could get it pretty easily, especially Mini. I don't think Mini's going to be too affected. Decaf maybe a little bit though. But yeah, this seems like a pretty good patch. Other than maybe the buff with Splatter Shot, like increasing the speed of shots by about 3% and extended the distance by about 3%. Not fun. I mean, it outranges, I think, Zap and like Dualies, which is a little insane come to think about it now. Like, I feel like it should have the same range as those, but obviously I'm not a game designer or anything, so I can't exactly like critique too much on that. But I feel like it wasn't a necessary buff, in my opinion. So yeah, what else do I want to talk about? I think probably Dowsers. I mean, Dowsers in the recently has been getting a lot of buffs, but I feel like it needs a little bit more ink efficiency maybe, and then it will be pretty good. Then it'll start seeing a lot more use. But I think this is a really good step in direction with the reduction of the end lag for the dodge rolls being taken by another 20th of a second, so it's quicker. I still think that's pretty important for its fighting capability. So yeah, overall I think this is a good patch. So they're starting to go in the right direction. But the thing is, we're not going to be seeing as many patches now. Now it's the end of every season, I think. Or near the end of every season when a patch is going to be out. So honestly, I'll take it. If we have fewer patches, but there are actually better quality ones, I will take that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this. So, yeah. I hope everyone has a good day and has a good day. And yeah, thanks for listening to my weird rambling about the new patch.